Alright, so today we're going to be going over your study guide. So we're going to start with the first problem. We have 2 on the outside of n minus 7 plus 3 equals 9. So as we know from previous knowledge, we need to distribute the 2 to everything in parentheses. So if you distribute the 2, you're left with 2n minus 2 times 7 is 14 plus 3 equals 9. Okay, so then we have to combine like terms. So we have a negative 14 and a positive 3. So by our integer rules, a negative 14 plus a positive 3, different signs, so we find their difference. So we're left with negative 11 is equal to 2n minus 11 equals 9. So then to get n by itself, we add the 11 to the other side. We're left with 2n equals 20. And then to get the 2 by itself, we want to divide by 2. And we get n equals 10. Remember, you can plug this back into the original equation to see if you are correct. So moving on to number 2. Again, we've got a little bit of the distributive property. So we've got 0 is equal to 5k plus 45. We're going to subtract 45 to the other side, and we're left with negative 45 is equal to 5k. To get k by itself, we are going to divide by 5 on both sides, and we're left with k equals negative 9. All right. Problem 3. Simple two-step equation. We're going to add 7 to the other side. We're left with negative 2 plus positive 7. Got to find their difference because one's positive and one's negative. So we have 5 left over equal to p divided by 3. The opposite of division is multiplication, so multiply by 3. We're left with p equals 15. Now feel free to pause this video at any time if you need to go back through the steps. All right, number 4. More distributive property. 3 times 2n is 6n, minus 3 times 7 is 21 equals 9. Add 21 to the other side. We're left with 30 equals 6n. Divide by 6. N equals 5. All right. Problem 5. We have 4p is one like term and a minus 7p. So we can combine them, and 4p minus 7p would be negative 3p plus 5 equals negative 1. So solving for p, we can subtract 5 to the other side. Since they are both negative, we can add them, and we get negative 6 is equal to negative 3p. Divide by negative 3. And we are left with p equals positive 2. Number 6. Again, we have 2 y's, so we need to combine them. So remember, there's an invisible 1 in front of the y. So negative 1y plus positive 5y, we have to find their difference, is 4y. So we have 7 plus 4y equals 9. Subtract 7 to the other side. We are left with 2 is equal to 4y. Okay? divide by 4. We are left with y equals 1/2 because 2/4 simplifies to 1/2. All right, problem 7. A little bit of distributive again. 3 times 5 is 15, minus 3 times e is 3e. Bring down the 8e plus, everything equals 10. Combine your like terms. 8e minus 3e is 5e plus 15 equals 10. Now we're down to a two-step equation. So we are going to subtract by 15. We are left with negative 5 is equal to 5e. Okay? Now we're back to a simple one-step. 5e equals negative 5. Divide by 5. We are left with e equals negative 1. All right, number 8. We want to combine our like terms. So we have 3x minus 7x, which would be negative 4x, plus 11 equals negative 37. We are going to subtract by 11. Since they are both negative, we can add them together. Okay, so we are left with a negative 48 equals negative 4x. Divide by negative 4. 2 negatives divided gives us a positive, so we are left with x equals positive 12. All right, number 9. Now, before you even get started, you see minus a minus. So when that happens, you automatically should turn this into a plus because minus a minus makes a plus. Okay? So then to get the 9 to the other side, we have to subtract by 9. Subtract by 9. And we are left with negative 11x equals 88. Divide by negative 11. And we are left with x equals negative 8. All right, number 10. This is just a simple two-step. So to get 14 to the other side, we need to subtract the positive 14, and we are left with y divided by negative 7 equals 5. And then to get y by itself, we need to multiply by negative 7. And we are left with y equals negative 35. All right, so for the next ones, we are simplifying the like terms. There is nothing to solve because we do not have an equal sign. We are just simplifying. So we are going to find something that has also a c squared to combine this with. So this is a negative 8c squared. So a positive 5 plus a negative 8 leaves us with a negative 3c squared. Then we have a, remember the sign in front of it goes with it. So we have a negative 18c and a positive 17c. So since one's negative, one's positive, we find their difference and use the sign of the bigger number. So we are actually left with a minus 1c. And there was nothing to combine your minus 10 with, so we just bring it down. So we should have negative 3c squared minus 1c minus 10. And because there are no more like terms, this is our final answer. All right, number 12. find something that has a b. Okay, so we have negative 18b and negative 10b. Since they are both negative, we can combine them. There is also a positive 2b. So negative 18b plus negative 10b is going to give us negative 28b. Then negative 28b plus a positive 2b, remember negative and positive, we have to find their difference, is going to leave us with a negative 26b. Okay, now we can combine what's left. Positive 20 and negative 9. One's positive, one's negative, so find their difference. Their difference is 11. Since the 20 was bigger, it's a positive 11. So we are left with negative 26b plus 11. We are going to take a quick pause and then move on to the word problems.